Hey Gemini, I'm here for your reading. I was, sitting with you guys' energy for, a little bit before I started this video, and I really felt like there's some trouble in paradise, like brewing right now, or a sense of maybe you're feeling a little bit more unbalanced than usual. Okay, so maybe a need to sit down and meditate, or sit down and really take some time to focus, and kind of sort things out. I feel like everything is kind of not as organized as you need it to be, so that you can think clearly, you can make good decisions, things like that. I just really feel like things are, yeah. And we have the, this just popped out, we have the Knave of Swords. Okay, now the Knave of Swords, he's the knight that rushes in, and sometimes what his plan isn't good. Sometimes it is good, but then there's times where it's just like, I don't know about that. I don't know if that's really going to be helpful for what we're trying to do. Like, almost like not planning and then just rushing in and hoping everything goes well, but most of the time it does not go well. Okay, so that's the energy that I think is coming. I feel like there's a train coming, and somebody's still on the train tracks, and they're trying to figure out how to get off. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start your reading. But yes, I did want to kind of just sit with you guys' energy for a little bit. Okay. What's going on now, and what's the energy going to be for the future? Okay, so recently you guys were dealing with the end of something. So I have the Five of Swords. Okay, so this really just means you were dealing with the ending of something, some sort of like a battle or war of some sort in your life that really had you wondering, what do you do next after this defeat, this loss, this time of, okay, everything's over, what's the next step? Okay, so that's what you guys were just dealing with recently. Now, in regards to what it is actually in your life for, whether this is love, family, financial, material, make it fit for your situation. But I do feel like there was some type of loss. Okay, and it doesn't mean that it was huge. It could have been something small, but I do have a feeling that this was something that had more to do with losing something that wasn't exactly expected, and it wasn't in your hands. But if it was in your hands, then you just made the wrong move at the wrong time. But I do feel like for some of you, it just wasn't in your hands, because I did get the Chariot pop out, okay, for this. So this was some type of loose cannon result of some sort. Okay, so I don't feel like this is necessarily your fault, but if it was dealing with something of that nature, then it is something that probably is still bothering you now. Now, the thing that you're the energy that you're taking on now, Gemini, is the Temperance card. Okay, so this is a major arcana card, and this basically means you're really in a position where you're trying to balance out your soul with your greater purpose, or your greater soul. Okay, and really balancing out those forces in your life. So in other words, this could be you trying to balance yourself, your mind, your soul, all of those things that really matter and make us who we are throughout time in our life. You are really balancing that right now, okay? And you're trying to get that equilibrium of water, so to speak, okay? So your emotional self, your spiritual self. And I know for Geminis, that's kind of the thing that you guys kind of go after anyways, because there's always that double side. There's one side you feel this way, the other side you feel that way. And it can make for your personal lives, whether it's friends, family, anyone that you love, it can make it really hard to have a really smooth personal life, okay? And I understand that because my rising sign is Gemini, so I totally get it, okay? Yeah, so then you're going through this now, this whole trying to find your balance, and I think that this has to do with your mental state, because we do have this came out as your clarification card. We have the Ace of Swords in reverse, okay? So this means that you're really trying to balance these things in your life right now, but it's like no matter what you do, you can't figure out what's a distraction and what's not. I guess because you can't find peace of mind almost. That's what I'm getting right now. You're not finding that peace of mind. And at the bottom of your deck, meaning like the energy for your current energy right now, we have the Ten of Cups in reverse. And this isn't something that you want to see, because this means that there's something in your life that is completely off balance. You're not on course, so to speak, with how things are supposed to go, dealing with whatever relationship or situation that you are dealing with, okay? Now, your future energy, you do have the Nine of Pentacles, okay? So this is a very, very, very good card. This means you have taken your time to really sit back, and kind of differentiate what is needed in your inner circle, your personal life. And like I said, I do feel like this has to deal with your personal life, because you have a lot of this air energy, and also with the Chariot, there is a sense of duality, okay? So there is a light side and a dark side, and I think that's representing you guys, especially dealing with this loss that you may have encountered recently, okay? And I feel that way because with all of this air energy, and then the other and Temperance being in the mix, this is really showing me that you as a Gemini are not able right now, as of now, to really have time to figure out what it is that you want, okay? Because I feel like you're being tugged in two directions, or you want to do something but maybe it's out of your comfort zone, or maybe you don't want to do something anymore but you can't gain the courage, or you can't figure out why it is that you want to get out of something because you feel like you don't know what to do. So there really is a sense of not being lost, but more so not knowing which direction is the right way to go, okay? Now, with your future energy being Nine of Pentacles, this is saying that you will have some peace of mind very, very soon. But this may mean you might have to let go a number of people in order to obtain this, because Nine of Pentacles is really about sitting in your own sanctuary by yourself after experiences and after learning things from those experiences. And the only true friends or true things that are there to support you in that sanctuary is nature itself, or maybe one or two people that are really there for you and your real self, your personal self, okay? So it doesn't mean that you have to get rid of people, but I do think this is going to be more of a time where you're really focusing on family, or really focusing on the people who matter most to you, and also your own personal sanctuary. So what your mindset is like, what you're wanting to obtain, where your goals are, whatever really applies to your life and how you want to mold it. I do feel like that is going to be something that is really going to be the target in the future in order for you to be happy, okay? Now, since we did have the Chariot dealing with your past, the thing that you were just dealing with, and then also the Ten of Cups in reverse, I am feeling that there is a sense of loss of direction. So maybe just going down the wrong path, or maybe doing something that took you off course, okay? So there was some type of wrong turn that happened on your journey, okay? So it doesn't mean that you can't get back into the main road. You just have to figure out which signs are going to help you get back into that road that you were on already, okay? Let's see. Any advice for Gemini? Okay, so the advice, or the thing to look out for, your cautionary card, is the Ace of Cups, okay? So there's definitely peace on its way. There's definitely calmness, serenity, cleanliness, purity, anything that you can associate with peace, doves, just anything that has to do with peace, and you finally having some calmness and peace of mind, okay? Because I really feel like there's a lot of battling going on within yourself, and that is causing you to not be able to have time to just sit back and be like, okay, even, just be by yourself without having to hear all the voices in your head, or all the you trying to balance stuff out, and you trying to figure out who do you need in your life, what you don't need in life, and etc. So you do definitely have the Ace of Cups in your future coming towards you in the next 2 weeks. So hang in there, and definitely don't be afraid to get into your thoughts, okay? I know it may seem like there's so many things racing in your head right now. You're trying to figure out, what you're trying to figure out what is it that you need to do? And at the base of your deck, also for your cautionary card, we have the Knight of Wands, okay? And this guy rushes out there. He goes off of his gut instinct, okay? Because he is a fire card, so he just goes out there. He trusts his intuition, and he goes and he conquers it. So that's what you need to do with your mental state right now, okay? Go in there. Don't be afraid to really sit in your thoughts and figure stuff out, okay? Don't go into your thoughts and get so overwhelmed that you don't come out with any solution. Go in there, figure the solution out, and then work on that so that this Nine of Pentacles can come to you, and also this Ace of Cups can come to you, because this is really the ultimate card that really just means you're at peace and things are calm and you finally have a reason, and you know, you actually have something to sit back and be okay with now, okay? You don't have to deal with all of that. So basically it's time to do some cleanup, some spring cleaning in the mind, okay? Now I do want to go ahead and use my Zodiac Oracle deck to see if there's any particular signs that this may be dealing with, okay? Alrighty, you guys. Who is Gemini dealing with? What signs? So, Gemini. Okay, so Virgo. Some of you guys may be dealing with Virgos. Now, Virgos. They can be tough to understand. And I know this because I'm a Leo Virgo cusp and my moon sign is in Virgo, so I am very much, you know, Virgo energy through and through. They're tough cookies to crack, okay? That is, what am I trying to say? They're tough to understand sometimes, depending on what type of Virgo, where it's placed in their chart. But overall, for all Virgos, no matter where it's at in their chart, Virgos are very meticulous about things. They like organization. They don't necessarily like things to be switched around, okay? So for Gemini, if you are dealing with a Virgo, Geminis can be very switch-uppy, right? You guys are pretty much two people, or at least two different aspects of one person, you know, always battling each other, because you guys are the twins, right? But the twins are facing apart. They're not facing each other, okay? So keep that in mind if you are dealing with a Virgo. If things are, and I know Virgos can be a little nitpicky about things, and I know as Gemini, sometimes you guys just want to be free and out there and take up a lot of space, but be able to be yourself in that space. And I know sometimes that might clash with any sign. But if it's because you as a Gemini are still trying to figure out what you want to do and you're kind of taking on both sides, that might not be fair to another person, okay? So really keep that in mind if there's a situation where you can control your actions in order to diffuse some of this confusion that's going on, okay? And you might not have to have so much in your head. Now, if you really are just in no state to deal with another person while you're going through these, you know, balances in your head and trials and tribulations and things, then maybe it's time to be alone, because there is, like I said, I wrote notes for you guys down here, but while I was sitting with you guys' energy, and there was a sense of needing to really sit in a quiet space, and I couldn't figure out if that was like just a lot of noise in your head, or if it was more of a sense of needing to really just meditate. Like, I feel like there was just a lot of stuff going on, and you guys don't, even if you have a lot of time to yourself, I feel like there's not enough you time. Like, even when you're by yourself, you're not really meditating, or you're watching too much TV, or you're on your phone. You're not really taking care of your soul and your spiritual self, okay? And we all go through it. That's not a bad thing, but it can be bad if you're on such a good course and then you're making the wrong decisions because you're not sitting and really balancing out. And as Geminis, you guys definitely need to take time to be able to balance yourself off. Just being an air sign in general, you need a lot of that me time to get through all of those things that need to be settled and put in a certain box. But also being Gemini, you need to be able to balance so that you can, you know, find that balance, so you can make good decisions, so you can be the best that you can be, and use that twin situation as a power and a strength, and not as a weakness that will make you go back, you know, in progress. Okay, so let's see if there's any other signs. Is there anyone else dealing with Gemini? Mercury. We got Mercury, so I believe that's Virgo's planet, rule planet or whatever. Wait, is that you guys's? So that might be, yeah. So, okay, I think that's you guys in Virgo, basically, is what it is. So most of you guys are dealing with Virgos. Now, this can be family situations, friendships, love situations, work situations, whatever it is. If it does resonate, then try to take all of this into account and make it fit for your certain situation, okay? Now, let's see if there's anything else that pops out for Gemini. Okay, well, we got Saturn in reverse, so I think this is saying, don't be so hard on yourself, okay? Like, go into your head, but don't be so quick to be judgmental for the things that you think or the options that you're creating for yourself. Really just be able to sit in those thoughts and figure out what it is that you would like to do, okay? And don't fault yourself for having different types of like options for yourself to go on, okay? Like, just really explore your brain without feeling so judgmental about yourself, okay? And I think will be a much smoother journey, okay? Yeah, so really, you guys take some time to meditate or do whatever it is that you do that takes you away from society, takes you away from everyone else, and really allows you to think in your head. So if that's going to go fish, or if that's going to go to the park and sitting, and listening to music, or I mean, you can listen to music, but if you guys are really, really going through it, you really need some alone time, like really just your thoughts, yourself. Sometimes music does help, but if it's distracting, then I wouldn't suggest to do that, okay? But yeah, that's basically it, you guys. I really hope that you guys find some clarity in your situation. If you need a little bit more direction, I do personal readings. I leave all of my info down below in the description box, so don't hesitate to contact me for those, and we can get a booking set up for you guys. But yeah, if I'm not your favorite Leo, I hope I will be one day. And until next time, I will see you, Gemini, in my next video. Bye.